Hello, my name's Chris Palmer, and in today's SEO hacks video, I'm going to discuss the duplicate content strategy. So first and foremost, I'm going to break down how this strategy works and why this strategy works, and then I will give you the steps and the guide so you can implement this as well. So before we begin and dive into this all comes about because I commonly get the question about duplicate content. Chris, I thought we were supposed to only use unique content, 100% unique content. I thought that you have to use quality content in order to rank, but this particular strategy will get you into your ranking position indexed faster, and it is also showing a lot of relevance. So for your additional posts, this would be really great. Perhaps you were using a silo technique. So I'm going to go ahead and break down this step by step for you. Let's go ahead and do that now. So first, I want to break down and just give you a live example of this strategy in action. So what I went ahead and did is I did a search for Black Hat SEO. I felt that it fit the mood. I brought up this site here. So WordStream, relatively well known. They have the rich snippet. They're also ranking #1. So I went over to a new tab. I put all in text :space, and I took that snippet and literally pasted it in. These yellow are the sites that have literally copied and pasted 100% duplicate content of WordStream. So how are they able to rank duplicate content? How does this work? So I want to go ahead and show you and break down. There's others too. I just wanted to go over. So I will break down how and why this strategy works, and then I will go ahead and give you the guide so you too can use this strategy. So let's go over to my whiteboard so I can explain this a little bit better. But as you're about to find out, I'll give you the steps in order to not get a duplicate content penalty, because we have actually went ahead and tested this, and it's a very simple test to run. You can run it in your leisure time. So first and foremost, I want to let you know that using 100% duplicate content is absolutely not going to be a good idea. There is a particular way, but here is why using duplicate content indexes so quickly, and it also achieves rank at a relatively faster rate. If you have been doing SEO for any period of time, at least a month, 2 months, you have probably noticed that when you use a stock image, right, or you use a unique image, right, haven't you noticed that the stock image will actually index before the unique image? That is because Google understands the image. It already knows exactly what that is for. So if you're writing a post on, say, cars, and you have a stock image of a car, it already knows what your content is about. It has put the pieces together. So furthermore, ranking that item faster. Now, I feel from testing and seeing that Google treats content the same way. So especially when you're having a rich snippet, that is actually the key to the strategy. You really only want the #1 ranker or take a rich snippet. Because when you're putting out a piece of content, let's say you have a 1K and you take 100 words that is duplicated content that's already on the first page, preferably the #1 ranking, or take the rich snippet and you use that's 100 words of duplicate content. When Google crawls your page, it's going to be able to put 2 and 2 together, just like the images. It has 100 words from our #1 ranker, giving Google what it wants to see, and now we're going to go ahead and push rank because that's what Google does. So how can you go ahead and beat the duplicate content? Now, we have actually ran tests, and like I mentioned, you can test this yourself. It's very, very simple. If you copy the entire page, and then what you want to do is only change out 10%, 20%, 30% of the text. What you will notice is Google will give you a warning of duplicate. This warning is actually beaten at the 60% mark. So what this tells us is if you have an article that is at least 60% unique, then you will be able to beat the duplicate content filter. So in quick recap, what we learned is a duplicate content strategy, a SEO hack, how you can get content indexed a lot faster by taking a #1 ranking piece of content and incorporating it into your new original content. And then the very next thing that we covered, I gave a tip of how you can actually test duplicate content, but I've given you the answers to the test already. It is 60%. So you can actually create content that's only 60% original and it will pass the duplicate content filter. So that's going to wrap up today's video. If you have any questions about SEO, local SEO, content creation, Facebook ads, anything digital marketing related, please feel free to leave it in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next SEO video. Have a wonderful day.